The world is changing, and the way people use technology is rapidly evolving. Consumers, well, they want to be more mobile. Companies want to kick their infrastructure into the cloud. Robots are replacing workers at plants, and data is influencing the decisions rather than pure gut. Social networking, well, it's made the world a smaller place. And machines, they've started talking to each other. Greetings, everyone, and welcome from the Technology Association of Georgia. It's Friday, June 10th, 2016, and this is Tech Talk. I'm your host, Frank Baia. On today's Tech Talk, fasten your seatbelts for a digital transformation journey. That's right, we're going to explore software apps that are creating disruptive innovations to change the IT landscape. Up to the trip on transformation, we Tech Talk with Bharathi Ramachandran, Vice President, Product Engineering for Miracle Software, a global systems integrator that was founded in '94 and today has a global presence spanning across 4 continents with multiple global development centers serving clients in energy, utilities, finance, insurance, healthcare, logistics, manufacturing, retail industry, and more. Bharathi has 20 years of IT experience working with many large enterprises and on several groundbreaking IBM e-commerce web portal integration projects. Whether it's internal application-to-application integration, process integration, business-to-business integration, web services, API management, machine-to-machine communications, Internet of Things, cloud integration, or mobile application integration, Miracle is the systems integrator of choice and the thought leader in the industry. It has and continues to be a leader in the niche space of business integration and SOA services over the past 21 years, with premier partnerships with companies such as SAP, IBM, Oracle, and Microsoft. The Tech Talk looks at rapid change and the impact of software innovation for organizations on the journey for global digital market leadership as we explore the trip to transformation with Miracle Software VP Product Engineering, Bharathi Ramachandran. This edition of Tech Talk is brought to you by GlobalSpeak.com, new media consultants, corporate video and audio communications, video and audio production and distribution, live and virtual event production. Tag TV and Tag Radio is a service of GlobalSpeak.com, creatively delivering powerful marketing, video, and audio solutions. Bharathi, welcome to Tech Talk.
Hi, Frank. Thank you.
Obviously, without question, one of the most competitive and obviously I think one of the most needed areas are in software consulting. But when you talk about being a global systems integrator and having been around now with the founding by your founder, and I'm guessing it's over 20 years ago, you guys have seen a lot of changes and a lot of things happen over that course of time. Let's get into a couple of particulars about where things are now, where they were and where they are now. Let's say, for example, talk a little bit, let's begin with application-to-application integration. How's that working now? It seems like everyone's trying to get involved in new apps. Is that something that's easy or difficult to get into, and how much demand and pressure is on you as far as the deliverables are concerned?
Great question, Frank. Miracle has been working on the integration side over 20 years, and the application-to-application integration that you mentioned, businesses are striving challenges in terms of whether they have to be on the cloud or they have to be totally on premises. But the market is driving towards what is the advantage by moving over to the cloud. And when we say moving over to the cloud, they cannot move everything what they have. So they have to move to some portion into the cloud, and some of the sensitive data they would still like to maintain it on-premise. In that case, this on-premise application needs to talk to the cloud application, so there it becomes an application-to-application integration. So that is where a lot of challenges, but we have a lot of, nowadays a lot of products that comes under the hybrid integration, and Miracle has a lot of expertise on hybrid integration, helping customers to make sure the integration is with the on-premise to the cloud.
Now, I'm guessing the other things that are impacting when you talk about the cloud, obviously you're going to be dealing with some forms of mobility, eventually even all the way to IoT. Talk a little bit about what you're feeling about mobility and the Internet of Things.
Yes. So that's the great thing, that every customer is trying to do something on the Internet of Things. Nowadays, it has become a connected cars and a connected home and that sort of thing. But even with a very small use cases in every organization, they can find something that they can do. And Miracle Software in particular, we are helping customers to identify a use case in their organization and then provide a prototype, take it as a business case, and then go into the full-based implementation. And some of the recent examples are we are trying to help customers on the manufacturing sector, on the production line, how they can have a small sensor device on the production line, provides the sensing, and then provides the forecasting data to the Internet of Things, and how this data can be used in a mobility, and then how it can be into the customer's application and then support in a better way.
Now, being as dynamic as you guys are and dealing with so many different levels of size and complexity as far as the solutions you're providing, I'm guessing you're dealing with a lot of business partners. IBM, SAP, on and on. Maybe you might have mentioned a few that you are involved with. But I guess my question is, are they driving the innovation that comes to you, or is it the problems that your customers are coming to you with that you try to solve? I mean, is it a little bit of both in terms of the business partners? They're doing R&D, they're doing innovation discovery processes and coming up with quote-unquote solutions that they're thinking are value-added products in their own line. When they come to you, do you go looking for a client, or do you carry that in your arsenal waiting for a client who comes with a problem and says, this is what I need, and you go, I know exactly what the solution is?
Yes, it's both ways. And the giants like IBM, SAP, Oracle, Microsoft, they're all coming with very innovative and then providing more solutions for their customers. And in the customer side also, they come back with a use case. So normally they come back to us, or we also go to the customers. We have an existing customer base. They wanted to do something on the cloud, or they wanted to do something on the API management. So we go to the customers and then provide a thought leadership, what's happening around the market. Because every business is looking at who is going to disrupt them, or can they be a disruptor in their line of business. So they are trying to find out how innovative they can be and where to start, what to do. So since we have a partnership with IBM, SAP, and other giants, we know what are the offerings from their software companies, and the existing business, we identify some small use case and then help them to achieve their goals.
Bharathi, talk a little bit about digital transformation. I think a lot of them are obviously what you're talking about when you're getting involved in the kind of competitive atmosphere. You've got to bring in the cloud and the cloud journey. Maybe go into a little bit of detail about the challenges of digital transformation, and specifically, cloud, everybody's talking about it, hard or easy?
I would say it depends upon the business. I would say it's not that easy what companies will think, because if they are a startup, they are starting with a clean slate. So they have more flexibility. They can do anything that they want. But when you compare to the large enterprises, they are well established. Their move will not be that easy. So it has to be a phased approach. It has to be a strategical move, and it cannot be done, in a span of 6 months or 1 year. It has to be planned, and then it's a journey. That's why we say cloud transformation is a journey. It's not just we can run a 6 months project or 1 year project. So we help with the customers, work with hand in hand. What do they have in the current platform, and what is the future growth, where they wanted to go to the next level. Based on that, strategically we align, and then we travel with them to help to succeed them. And you talked about the digital transformation. Digital transformation, I can give some examples. Some customers could be totally manual in terms of even taking orders through the phone, or just a fax order. They may not have a web presence at all, right? And how do we make sure we enable them? Or some of the customers, they may have web presence, but they may have silo websites, over the period. But they wanted to have a consolidated single platform. And that is also a digital transformation. How do we make sure a particular item that they show online is the same item of inventory that is available in store as well. So that is also a part of digital transformation. Nowadays, customer wanted to see a unique view. If I see an item has an inventory of X numbers, it better be the same when they go into the store.
Mm-hmm.
So to make that happen, the back-end applications needs to be synced. There are a lot of work on the back-end side. And so that all these retail customers are going towards the omni-channel. To make that happen, and we need to make sure they are well integrated. Now, instead of multi-channel, they are going towards omni-channel. And making that omni-channel is itself a digital transformation, which enables customers and then business to succeed, and then provide a unique value to the customers and stand out from their competitors.
Now, I mentioned earlier about I find it always fascinating that when you're dealing with innovation, in many cases, the customer, the ultimate potential purchaser of the services, doesn't even know he has a problem because he doesn't know the solution exists, or she doesn't know the solution exists. So like you're talking about with someone that was maybe doing data entry by hand, they've done it that way all their lives. They've done it all their business. And in fact, there's a cliche that says a man can make the same mistake for years and call it experience. After a while, they become rutted in it. I know in the fintech industry, there's a lot of legacy systems that have been very challenging to let go, as far as letting it go mobile and having it be a virtual environment of one kind or another. I guess I'm curious from the factor of how do you engage, how do you find new customers, and what kind of information exchange happens? Do they come to you with a particular problem, or do you come to them with a particular solution, or a little bit of both?
Yeah. So any sales call will be a tough one. Convincing a customer is a challenge. As you mentioned, the customer might think, why I have to do that? What is the return on investment? My systems are running perfectly fine. I don't need to change. Most of the customers will think in that way. It could be several reasons, whether there is no need or there is a financial impact. But a lot of times, customers might not realize there are several hidden costs by doing the process the way that they are taking the orders or doing any business process. So what we offer from MiracleSoft is it's not just an IT solution as well. We provide a thought leadership, go to the customer, and then talk to the customer, understand their business process today, and then we come back with a proposal of how it can be efficient in terms of removing those hidden costs, put those costs back for the newer development. So they don't need a newer investment at all, which a lot of customers, they may not realize it. Because when you go for a new project, they may think, okay, I have to have a funding. And we have proved several customers, you don't have to do an investment. Let's look at what is your current business process. Maybe there is an efficiency that we can improve. There are some hidden costs. There are unknown things happen. And we provide that statistical data and then provide a solution how to cut down those things and then improve the efficiency, put that money back into for the newer development, and then become more innovative and then come into the digital world.
Now, one of the things that we'd be remiss not talking about, and in effect, you're kind of discussing it in terms of an efficiency solution in terms of the operation of the business. That you often say that the solution, you either need to make me money or save me money. You've talked a little bit about saving. Let's talk a little bit about making me money. And I guess one of the things I'm talking about here is how much are you into and how much are you involved with business intelligence and big data capabilities? Because that's the kind of thing that I think is driving just about every business in terms of no longer are you using a shotgun. You're out there rifling exactly the kind of business you want to do with exactly the customer you want to do it with. Let's go into a little bit about business intelligence and then big data capabilities.
Absolutely. So the way that we have been doing analytics so far is providing some statistical data which happened in the past. The past 24 hours data is being crunched and then provided analytics for the business to make some decision. But the thing is changing. It's totally shifting now. Business wants, they want to know the analytics, real-time analytics. What's happening on to my sales order now? I don't want to see how was my sales past day or past year. I want to know what is the sales running at this hour. If there is anything going wrong, how can I fix it immediately? So that's what they wanted to see. For example, Thanksgiving sale. If they miss that day, it's a big sale loss there. They cannot have the analytics reported after Thanksgiving, and then prepare for the next year. If there is something that they can fix on the top of the hour, and we are able to provide that kind of real-time analytics, and then with the DevOps having in place, we can quickly fix something so that they can make the change immediately without losing that particular day sale. So when you talk about analytics, it's not anymore the past data. It's real-time data that I wanted to see. And I wanted to see the forecast. How can I become a more better predictive analysis? I want to see, I have a sales target. What parameters that I need to change? What is the impact that I have to make in my operations to achieve that sales target? So there are a lot of tools that now that are available in the market in terms of predictive analysis. And also nowadays there is a new concept called behavior exchange, and that is also one of the key areas. Analytics plays a big role, and Miracle Software helps customers in real-time analytics, predictive analytics, and providing a kind of visualization at the time that they need, so that they can make a better decision at that moment.
Well, I know that, and we're heading towards prescriptive and obviously artificial intelligence and the whole area of I guess call it dynamic intelligence, as far as the Watsons and the IBM type processes of the world. One of the things that I think without question, these are extremely exciting and extremely dynamic times. But I can tell you, Bharathi, I can't think of another particular company or a particular industry that has more dynamic challenges and more dynamic competition, but also has better capabilities and talent than you guys in Miracle. I think you're in the right spot at the right time, doing a lot of good things. We hear a lot of good buzz about you. Thank you so much for taking time out of, I know, a busy schedule to join us for a few minutes today on Tech Talk.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you for this opportunity, and we love participating in this program. And for more details, we always encourage people to visit www.miraclesoft.com, and have a good day.